Welcome in. Hit the live button when you come in the room. We are going to be discussing the Hantavirus. That's what we're going to be discussing. So, this is going to be what's to come with the Hantavirus. So, with this Hantavirus, I created a chart and we're going to talk about it. So this, I read Vedic Sidereal. So what's to come with this Hantavirus? Well, right now, the media and the news is very quiet about this Hantavirus. So I wanted to create a chart so I could show you astrologically what's coming with this. Well, if we look at the ascendant of this Hantavirus, the ascendant is Sagittarius. So that's one clue that this Hantavirus will spread rapidly and it will spread all around the world. Sagittarius is all about distance. Sagittarius is the distant sign. It is the sign that's represented by the ninth house. So this virus started overseas, and what I mean overseas is it did not start in America, because that's where that's where we're located. Most of the people that watch me. So this started overseas. When I look at the ninth house with this Hantavirus, there's K2 there. K2 brings disease. K2 brings disease. Not only does it brings disease, but it kind of lays low. So that's why the virus, they're not talking about it right now. But this virus will get more dominant. It will spread, and this will spread rapidly. Hantavirus isn't going anywhere. With K2 being in the ninth house, this indicates that this will spread and this will be a serious disease. Jupiter being in the seventh house, in a square to the fourth house that have Mars, Neptune, Saturn, and Sun here. With that being in that square to the fourth house, all in Pisces, because Saturn is currently in Pisces, and Pisces, with Saturn being there, represents loss. What I could tell you is, don't believe the media. They're not talking about it right now, but this will spread rapidly. This is going to spread rapidly, and this could affect people's lungs, the respiratory system, and the breathing system. This will affect the lungs. Chiron being in that fourth house, this will definitely affect children more than adults. The fifth house is the house of children. The sixth house is all in Taurus with Uranus, Vertex. Vertex is more like a destiny turning point. Part of fortune, all in Taurus. This is going to affect the food industry. This is almost like this Hantavirus was meant to happen. This Hantavirus, you will see this. They start resuming talking about this closer to fall season. Closer to the fall, they will start to talk about this. But I don't feel like the peak of this Hantavirus will happen until 2027. 2027, I feel like that's when it's going to be the peak of this Hantavirus. But what I'm going to tell you is this Hantavirus on a global scale is going to cause issues. They're not talking about it right now, but you will see them talk about it coming up. I just wanted to make a video showing the astrology behind this. And if people want to know if there will be lockdowns, yes, we have Lilith and we have the moon in the 12th house, and it's in a trine to the fourth house. The fourth house represents the home where you live. The 12th house represents isolation, jails, prisons, hospitals. So is there going to be a lockdown? 100% there will be a lockdown coming with this virus. This virus is going to spread. They are going to lie and say that the virus is contained. No, it's not contained. Then you're going to hear them come out again closer to the fall because this virus is going to be out of hand. I can't talk about Ebola because I do not have Ebola's chart. This is just a chart for Hantavirus. Pluto in the second house is going to destroy the money system all around the world. The money system. Pluto and Capricorn in the second house, and it's in a trine to the sixth house. So yeah, they're gonna start wanting to do. Remember in COVID when they gave out the stimulus checks? Some countries will give out stimulus checks again. This I truly believe this hantavirus is going to be worse than COVID. Countries are going to start having to like give out stimulus checks to the people in their country, or some kind of monetary thing for people in their countries, whether it's food or stimulus checks. There will be another lockdown. I wanted to make a chart to confirm this because psychically I already knew a lockdown was coming in, but I wanted to see the chart. Hantavirus is not going anywhere. This is going to spread. However, right now it's kind of like it's not causing the issue. As time pick up and it starts spreading more, you're going to see this become an issue, and lockdowns will come with this. K2 in the ninth house, Rahu in the third house. These are both traveling houses. So this virus is meant to travel from place to place to place. This virus is going to travel all around the world. And the ascendant is Sagittarius. Sagittarius naturally is distance. Sagittarius is ruled by the ninth house. Distance, travel, philosophy. This is the next pandemic coming. This is another pandemic. This chart screams pandemic. 12 houses isolation is in a trine to the fourth house, which is the home. Lockdowns will come. Okay, this is what I'm getting for this hantavirus. This ain't going nowhere. I will create another video for Ebola, the Ebola outbreak that recently happened. But this right now is just hantavirus. I want to pull some cards on this 3-card pull. Okay, Spirit. Give me 3 cards for this. 5 of Wands, 7 of Cups reverse, 6 of Wands reverse. Spirit is confirming with the 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. The people will fight against this. What I mean, the people is people globally around the world. They will fight against this because people are not going to believe that this is a virus, but this is a virus. Where do you want to believe or not believe? This virus is real, and this virus is going to be worse than the COVID. More people will die. You will see the peak of this virus, from my estimation from this chart, in 2027. You're going to see the government come out with lockdowns between fall and summer, end of summer. And the virus is going to be spread all over the world. A lot of people with the 6 of Wands, King of Wands reverse, and the 5 of Wands, people are not going to believe it. People are going to protest and march and fight against lockdowns. Let me tell you, if you want to go do that, go do that. But I'm not doing that because I see what's in the chart. People are going to die. More people will die than they did the last time in COVID. And that's why I wanted to make this video. They won't make a vaccine as fast as they did. The last time we had COVID, they made that vaccine pretty fast. This time around, it's going to be different. And the peak of this will be 2027. So when I looked at the history behind the Spanish flu, I don't know if y'all remember the Spanish flu that started in 1918, and I think it ended 1921 or 1918, I think 1920 or 1921, the Spanish flu. The Spanish flu killed millions of people. Millions of people. Well, when we had the Spanish flu, Chiron was in Aries. Chiron is in Aries again. Chiron is in Aries again within this chart. The Spanish flu, that wiped out millions of people. This hantavirus, I truly believe this is a different strain of hantavirus. I don't feel like this hantavirus is the hantavirus that's been around, because hantavirus has been here forever. Okay? I don't believe this particular strain of hantavirus is the same strain of the hantavirus that's been here. I believe this is something else. I think this is something different. I don't even want to call this the hantavirus. I believe this is something different. I believe this is different things mixed together or something like that. But they want to call it hantavirus, but I don't believe it's hantavirus. I believe it's something else. This here, based on the chart, April 6, 2026 is whenever they had that situation. So I created a chart around that. This virus, I don't even want to call it hantavirus, but that's what we're going to call it, because I don't believe it's hantavirus. I believe it's something else. This here will cause a pandemic. So if you do not wear a mask, please wear a mask, because whatever this is, it's spreading already. It's spreading. And then we're going to have the World Cup, and it's going to spread even more. And then when you see summer, late summer going into fall, winter, they're going to start talking about it. This is going to spread really bad. 2027 is going to be the peak of this. There will be lockdowns. There will be stimulus checks for certain countries. Not every country could afford to do stimulus check. A lot of people will be out of a job behind this. This is what the astrology is saying. This is what I'm getting. Do I believe this virus particularly is the hantavirus? No, I believe they're covering it up, saying it's hantavirus. I believe it's something different, because they're saying hantavirus is not airborne. Well, according to this chart, whatever this is, it's going to spread very rapidly. So I'm going to say this isn't hantavirus. I believe this is something else. But they're saying it's hantavirus, so people don't panic, because people are going to be like, well, the hantavirus isn't airborne, so let me not stress or worry about it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like gaslighting you to believe that this is hantavirus when it's not hantavirus, because if they tell you that it's hantavirus, you're not going to be panicked. You're going to be like, okay, well, hantavirus isn't airborne. It's almost like a mind confusing thing. It's lies. There's lies behind this. This is something totally different from what they say it is. I hope that makes sense. I try to explain it the best way I can, because I pulled some cards on it and we got the Seven of Cups reversed. So Spirit is saying there's some illusions around this. And then we have Neptune in the 4th, and it's in a square to the 7th house in Jupiter. So there's a lot of lies surrounding this. They're saying it's the hantavirus, right? They're calling that. But this is something totally different. They're telling you it's the hantavirus because they don't want the public to be panicked. The same thing they did with COVID. I don't know if y'all remember when COVID first came out, they lied to the public and they made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. And then months went by and then they were like, it's a big deal. And they're working on vaccines and they locked everything down and then they give out stimulus checks. That's that's what's coming right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This virus is more than Hantavirus. This is something totally different. This is something more stronger, more powerful. And whatever this is, they're lying about it. This is something more serious. Okay? 2027 will be the peak of this. According to this chart. And this is spreading. But that's what I got. I will see y'all another time in another video. Have a good day. Thumbs up the live. And if you'd like to book a reading whenever my list is open, you could book in the bio. Bye, guys.